Hola y bienvenidos a este video sobre las descripciones de las caras en español. Hello and welcome to this video lesson where we're going to be talking about facial descriptions. We're going to be describing people's hair color, hairstyle, hair length, and people's eye color in Spanish. Los retos de esta clase son aprender cómo describir las caras de las personas, el pelo y los ojos, aprender a usar el verbo tener, que en inglés es to have, y poder describir cómo te ves y cómo nos vemos, how you look and how we look. So let's get started. Now, first of all, in Spanish, to talk about eye color, there's a bit of a difference in word order. So we literally say, I have the eyes and then a color, which in Spanish is tengo. So we should recognize this from talking about age. Tengo 11 años, tengo 40 años. So I have, tengo, the eyes, los ojos, and then some colors. And we should know our colors. If we don't, I do have a video about colors, so maybe go back and watch that one afterwards. Tengo los ojos azules, I've got blue eyes. Tengo los ojos verdes, I've got green eyes. Tengo los ojos negros, I've got black eyes. Tengo los ojos grises, got grey eyes, y tengo los ojos marrones, brown eyes. Now, if you do know your colours, azul, verde, negro, gris, marrón, you might think there's something strange with these words, and there is. They're a bit longer than the colours are on their own. The reason being that because the noun ojos, eyes, is plural, the colour adjectives need to become plural too. So this is something that doesn't come very naturally to native English speakers, because in English adjectives just stay the same. They never change, not for masculine and feminine, because we don't have that, and certainly not for singular or plural. But in Spanish they do. So negro can become negra, it can become negros and negras. So it's important to keep an eye out for that. Okay, so while we're here and we've got all this vocabulary on the screen, I want you to pause the video, and if you've got a pen and paper, write down what your answer would be if someone asked you about your eye color. So for me, I'd say, tengo los ojos azules. So I'd write that down. If you don't have a pen and paper, just practice reading that out and saying it out loud. And if you need to go back and listen to how I pronounce them, then please do. And then when you're ready, just push play again. Okay, let's move on and look at hair color. So in Spanish, again, the word order is a bit strange. So we literally say, I have the hair, the same as I have the eyes, and then the color. So it follows exactly the same structure as eye color. Tengo, and then the hair is el pelo. Tengo el pelo, and then colors. But not the same colors that we're familiar with, because just in English we don't say I have yellow hair, we say I have blonde hair. So in Spanish we say tengo el pelo rubio. Tengo el pelo rubio, which would be my answer because I do have blonde hair. The same as in English we say brunette. We do say I've got brown hair, but we can also say I'm brunette. In Spanish you can say tengo el pelo castaño. If you've got black hair, tengo el pelo negro. Grey hair, tengo el pelo gris. And red hair, tengo el pelo rojo. You can also say, I am a redhead. Soy pelirrojo or soy pelirroja. But because we're not going to be looking at the verb I am, the verb to be, today, I'd stick with this one for now. Tengo el pelo rojo. I have red hair. And just like with the eye colors here, the noun that we're using, el pelo, is singular and masculine. So the color adjective stays singular and masculine too. So negro doesn't need to change to negra or negros, it just stays negro, so that it agrees with the noun that it's describing, el pelo. So again, while we're here, just pause the video and write down or say out loud what your personal response would be if someone asked you about your hair color. Okay, so not only do we maybe want to talk about our eye color and our hair color, we might also want to talk about our hair type and our hair length. So we use the same structure again. I have the hair, then we can talk about the color, rubio, castaño, negro, gris, rojo. y. So now we can add some further details. Y meaning and now we can talk about the type and or length of our hair. Por ejemplo, for example, tengo el pelo rubio y corto. I have short blonde hair. Tengo el pelo rojo y largo. I have long red hair. Tengo el pelo castaño y liso. I have straight brunette hair or straight brown hair. Tengo el pelo gris y ondulado. I have wavy gray hair. Tengo el pelo rubio y rizado. I have curly blonde hair, which for me is the case. And we could even use more than one of these adjectives as well to describe our hair. So if we were to do that, we'd put a comma in there, and we'd then save y and for the end, the same as we would in English, to avoid saying I have blonde and long and curly hair. We can just say tengo el pelo rubio, largo y rizado. I have long, curly and blonde hair. So again, pause the video, say your personal response, or if you've got a pen and paper, write it down. Okay, so we're going to have a bit of a look at the verb tener now, which is the verb to have, tener. Now, what you see on the screen here, to have, tener, that's what we call the infinitive, which is when a verb is in its neutral form, which means no one's doing it. In English, infinitives are normally presented with the word to go, to eat, to sleep, to have. And in Spanish, they look like this word, just one word, tener, and they always have an ER, AR, or IR ending. Now we know the first form of this, tengo, because we've used it quite a lot with age, maybe with family members as well. And we probably know tienes from questions as well, like ¿cuántos años tienes? How old are you, or how many years do you have? Now, it's really good to get familiar with the structure of a verb when it's conjugated, which means when it's put into all the different people who can do the action of the verb. So, in English, those are I, you, he, she, it, we, you plural, they. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. That's something that it's good just to chant and get familiar with because you're going to be saying lots and lots. In Spanish, those pronouns are yo, which means I, tú, meaning you, él, which is he, ella, she, nosotros, we, if we're a group of men or boys, nosotras, if we're a group of girls or women, vosotros, you plural, or vosotras, again masculine, feminine, and ellos or ellas, they, again masculine or feminine. Now, Spanish is what we call a pro-drop language, which means you don't need to use these pronouns. You can just use the verb, which makes life even easier for us. So to say I have, we could say yo tengo, or we can just say tengo. That's perfectly fine, tengo. You have, tienes. He has or she has, or it has, tiene. We have, tenemos. You have, tenéis. They have, tienen. Tengo, tienes, tiene. Tenemos, tenéis, tienen. If you've got a pen and paper, you might want to write these down so you can refer back to them and revise them, and try pausing the video and reading them out loud as well. Tengo, tienes, tiene, tenemos, tenéis, tienen. And that is the verb tener. So with that, we can not only describe our own hair and eye color, tengo los ojos azules y el pelo rubio, we could talk about other people's hair and eye color as well. We have blonde hair, tenemos el pelo rubio. To finish off, we're going to put all of this together now. So first we're going to have the verb tener in one of its forms, depending on who we're describing. For example, I have such and such eyes. Tengo los ojos. So remember, the sentence structure is different in Spanish. So first we have the verb tener, then we have los ojos, or el pelo, then a color. And then if we want to describe our hair and eye color together, we can make a phrase like this. Tengo los ojos azules y el pelo rubio. We could also describe someone else, like mi padre, my dad, mi padre tiene, so we're using the he has form because it's my dad. Mi padre tiene los ojos marrones y el pelo negro. My dad has brown eyes and black hair. Or we could describe multiple people. We could say, mis hermanos, my brothers, mis hermanos tienen, so we're using the they have form of the verb. Mis hermanos tienen los ojos verdes y el pelo castaño. My brothers have green eyes and brown hair. Now, to extend this even more, we can then talk about length or style of hair. So we can say y and then corto, largo, liso, ondulado, or rizado. So I'm going to say some phrases, some sentences in English, and then I want you to just pause the video really quickly and either write down that phrase in Spanish or say it out loud to yourself, and then I'll give you the answer. So let's see, the first one can be, we have brown eyes and blonde hair. Okay, pause the video and then when you're ready, push play. Okay, what was it? We have brown eyes and blonde hair. Tenemos los ojos marrones y el pelo rubio. Okay, let's make it a bit harder. You, plural, have green eyes and straight black hair. Okay, pause the video when you're ready, push play. So you, plural, have green eyes and straight black hair. Tenéis los ojos verdes y el pelo negro y liso. Okay? If you want to describe a member of your family's hair and eyes, this is the time to do it. So pause the video, and while you've got this up on the screen, you can write the family member name. You can use their name, or you can say mi hermano, my brother, mi hermana, my sister, etc. And then you can write out what their physical description is. And then when you're ready, just push play, and that will bring us to the end of the video. Okay, and that brings us to the end. I hope this video has been useful for you, and hopefully now you can describe your own hair and eye color, give some extra details like whether your hair is short or long, curly or straight, and hopefully you now have a better idea of how a verb can be conjugated and an idea of the different people that can do a verb and the sort of structure that we learn those verbs in, and hopefully you can use the verb tener to have to describe other people's hair and eye color as well. Muchísimas gracias por ver. Thank you very much for watching. Some next steps you might want to take are to practice writing your personal description of your hair and eyes, and also to describe the hair and eyes of different family members or your favorite celebrities. Otra vez, muchísimas gracias y espero que te vaya muy bien con el español.